What do you do when the world won't stop analyzing your every post, every look, every slightly cryptic caption? If you're Justin Bieber, you clap back. Hard. With sass. With zero chill. And honestly, maybe with a little bit of pain too. It started with a fan's post. A concern. A moment of tenderness from someone calling themselves Grandpa, saying, "I'm worried about Justin Bieber. There's so much heartbreak in his life." Sweet, right? But for Justin, it landed differently. He wasn't having it. He snapped back with a cutting one-liner. "Worry about yourself, Gramps." Mic drop. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. That post went viral. Fast. Then came the fan edits. The memes. The reactions. But behind all that noise, something more complex was brewing. A story not just about a celebrity pushing back at criticism, but about mental health, burnout, emotional labor, and what happens when public and private life blur beyond recognition. So why did a simple, concerned comment light such a fire? And what does Justin's clapback really reveal about the pressures of fame and what he might be going through? Let's unpack the emotional layers, the fan dynamics, and the deeper truth behind those now iconic 14 red sweater selfies. Why Justin's "worry about yourself" Gramps hit so hard. Imagine being 30 years old and still having the world treat you like a teen heartthrob in need of adult supervision. That's Justin Bieber's life, 24/7. So when someone, well-meaning or not, says they're worried about him, it doesn't always land as love. Sometimes it lands like control, or judgment, or pity dressed up in concern. That's likely what pushed Justin to snap. His reply wasn't just shade, it was a boundary. But here's the thing, when a celeb sets a boundary, people don't always respect it. They analyze it, screenshot it, meme it, question it. Justin's bite-sized burn turned into a viral sensation. People laughed, debated, even cried over it. Why did such a short reply make such a big splash? Because it revealed something deeper. Justin's worn out. He's done being the emotional sponge of the internet. But could there be more beneath his anger? A day after his clapback, Justin posted not one, not two, but 14 selfies wearing the exact same red sweatshirt and backward baseball cap. At first glance, it looked random, repetitive, maybe even a glitch. But the captions told a different story. One read, "Tired of transactional relationships. If I have to do something to be loved, that's not love." Another, "You could point at my flaws or you could recognize your own globe." Hold up, globe? Maybe he meant glow. Maybe it was a typo. Maybe it was intentional. Either way, it added to the mystery. But more importantly, those captions carried weight. They weren't about outfits. They were about boundaries, authenticity, emotional exhaustion. We've seen this before with celebs spiraling online, right? Britney posting dance videos. Kanye's all-caps rants. But Justin's not melting down. He's broadcasting his frustration. Loud and clear. So what are these posts really trying to say? Burnout is not a vibe. Fame looks glamorous until it doesn't. Until it's 3 a.m. and you're alone in a hotel room, wondering if people like you, or just the version of you they've built in their heads. That's what Bieber seems to be wrestling with right now. For over a decade, he's been famous for his voice, but also for his face, his mistakes, his love life, his faith, and his failures. Fans have seen him cry, crash, confess. They feel like they know him. But do they? When he says he's tired of transactional relationships, that's not just about fame. That's about the emotional toll of always giving and rarely receiving. Every photo, every handshake, every meet and greet becomes a negotiation. And when he pushes back, people don't know what to do. Because when a star stops being nice, we call them difficult. But maybe they're just human. Is that what Justin's trying to remind us of? Is that defensive or empowering? Let's talk tone for a second. Worry about yourself. Gramps is a little savage. But maybe that's the point. Justin isn't just clapping back, he's reclaiming control of his own narrative. He's saying, "Stop diagnosing me from behind your phone screen." He's saying, "Stop assuming I need saving." And most importantly, he's saying, "I'm not here to meet your expectations anymore." For someone who grew up being everyone's idea of the perfect pop star, this moment feels radical. A little messy? Sure, but also necessary. Still, fans are split. Some feel dismissed. Others feel protective. Some are just confused. So where's the line between tough love and toxic pressure? A decade-long tug-of-war. This isn't Justin's first rodeo. Remember 2014's meltdown era? The monkey in customs? The DUI? The canceled tour? Back then, his behavior was all over the place, and so was the media coverage. But now, the chaos looks different. More internal. More filtered through Instagram than TMZ. That's growth. That's age. That's therapy, we hope. But it's also a sign that maybe, just maybe, Justin is tired of trying to make us understand him. Maybe he's realizing he doesn't have to. That's what makes this moment so fascinating. It's not just a post. It's a pivot. And fans aren't sure how to feel. So what happens when the idol stops performing? Why posting the same selfie 14 times might be a cry for space. Repetition isn't always about boredom. Sometimes it's about control. About grounding yourself. About reclaiming something that feels fractured. Posting the same image 14 times isn't laziness, it's a message. See me as I am. Not who you want me to be. There's something powerful, and even poetic, about that. In a world of filters and edits and curated perfection, Justin is daring people to sit in his sameness. And yes, it's weird, but also brave. And a little bit sad. Are we ready to accept celebrities as full, complex people, flaws and all? When support becomes suffocating, the double-edged sword of stan culture. Fans can be wonderful, uplifting, protective, but sometimes they cross a line. Justin's fanbase has seen him through it all. They've trended hashtags, camped out at hotels, defended him online. But that loyalty can morph into something possessive, like his life is public property. When someone says, "I'm worried about Justin," it might come from love. But it can also come from entitlement. Like fans have a right to his mental health updates. Like they deserve access. Justin's clapback isn't just about one comment. It's about drawing a line in the digital sand. And it's forcing fans to ask, are we loving him or trying to control him? In the age of Instagram, authenticity is currency. But it's also a trap. If you post too little, you're hiding. If you post too much, you're oversharing. And if you post something cryptic like "tired of transactional relationships," you better believe the internet will read between every single line. Justin's recent posts live in that uncomfortable space. They feel real, raw, but also curated. Staged selfies, deeply emotional captions. It's like watching someone be vulnerable while still holding the camera. It raises a hard question. Is this a real cry for help or a carefully crafted image of one? Maybe it's both. This isn't just a celebrity moment. It's a cultural mirror. Justin Bieber clapping back at concern isn't just about him being over it. It's about all of us feeling overwhelmed, emotionally exhausted, and desperate for boundaries in a world that never stops watching. His posts speak to anyone who's ever felt used. Anyone who's ever felt like they had to perform for approval. Anyone who's ever asked, "Why can't I just be enough as I am?" That's why it hits so hard. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was honest. Final take. Maybe Justin Bieber's not breaking down. Maybe he's breaking free. So where does that leave us? With 14 selfies. One spicy clapback, and 1,000 questions about fame, mental health, and what it means to be truly seen. Maybe Justin's not spiraling. Maybe he's standing up, drawing boundaries, saying no, and yes, maybe doing it in a way that feels a little chaotic, but also kind of brave. And maybe the real takeaway here isn't about him at all. Maybe it's about us. Did Justin go too far with his reply, or was it long overdue? Do celebs owe fans emotional transparency? Or is the pressure to stay relatable actually toxic? Share this with someone who's ever felt like they had to perform to be loved. And remember, real connection starts when the mask comes off. Let's talk about it.